Alrighty, so right now we're going to talk about slope. So you've learned about slope in the past, but I want to do a quick review on one quick thing to make sure that you know how to do slope in kind of a basic way. And then we're going to talk about slope from a formula. So if you have a line, let's say we have a line that goes, up like this. So I'm going to draw a line. And it's going this way, and it's going, oh my God, that's getting terrible. Okay, we're gonna concentrate on it from the up above end because that's where I drew it better. But basically, here we have a y-intercept, and from this y-intercept, we've gone up 2, and we've gone over 1. Okay, and so remember that slope is considered, M is the letter we use for slope, so just in case you didn't know, and we say that it's rise over run. And so that rise in this case is 2, because we went up 2. Our run is 1. So we make that fraction. However, we can simplify it because we're allowed to just write this fraction as 2 over 1. Okay. So let's do another quick example of that if the fraction goes a different way. So here we go. I'm going to draw a different line. This line, I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to go this way. I think I drew that a little bit better. Okay, so here again, we've started at 0. We've gone up 1. And we've gone over 2. So in this case, our slope is 1 over 2, or 1/2. Okay, because we went up 1 over 2. All right, so that's when you have a positive slope. I want us to also see an example with negative slope. So again, we're going to use the same type of line, same kind of 1/2 or 2. Okay, this is a negative slope. It's going down. And you'll notice here when I do my counting, I'm going to go down 2 and over 1. Okay, and so now when I write my slope, my rise is -2 over 1. So we would write that as -2. Now, some students are like, well, when do you have it negative? When do you have it positive? So the easiest way to remember that is that when it's positive, it's heading up. When it's negative, it's heading down. We also have special cases of a 0 slope. It's when it doesn't rise or run at all. It runs, it doesn't rise. Okay, and we have what we call undefined. Undefined means that it's a vertical line, straight up and down. Okay, so those are a couple of things when you're just looking at graphs, but we also have a formula. So let's say you're given 2 points, okay? So let's say you have the point 1, 3, and you have the point 5, 9. Okay, so you can, in theory, draw that on a graph and you can count the rise and the run. Okay, there's no problem with that, but we also have a formula. Formula looks like this. So the slope equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. When I say x1 and y1, that's going to be these guys. So this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Okay, so let's put that in the formula. So y2 is 9. y1 is 3. So I've gotten y2 minus y1. x2 is 5. x1 is 1. And then I'm going to solve this. So 9 minus 3 is 6. 5 minus 1 is 4. Now I can reduce this fraction or simplify it more. Each of these can be divided by 2. And so I'm actually going to write this as 3 over 2. Let's do one more example. And this time I want to do an example that has a negative number. Okay, back up if you didn't quite catch all that. Watch it again. Make it slower. So if I have, let's say, -3, 2, and 7 comma -5. This time I wanted to put a negative in both places. That way you kind of see what I'm talking about. And so remember, our formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is -5. I'm going to write it just like that. I'm going to write my minus sign because that's in the formula. And I'm going to write my 2. Okay, now I'm going to write my x2 minus, because that's the formula. And then I'm going to write my x1, which is -3. So now I have a minus and a minus. That actually turns into a plus. So I have -5 minus 2, which is -7, divided by 7 plus 3, which is 10. And we can't simplify that further, so we would just say that the slope is -7/10. Let me know if you have any questions about that.